Briscoe gets the early jump on Larson as they come down the back straightaway.
To the outside, he looks.
Kyle Larson just endured a weekend that defies belief, and what unfolded at Nashville Superspeedway has left NASCAR insiders and fans alike questioning what's really going on behind the scenes. Coming into Nashville, Kyle Larson needed a rebound after a chaotic Memorial Day weekend that saw him crash out of both the Indianapolis 500 and the Coca-Cola 600. Many fans and analysts expected a determined comeback. But what actually unfolded at Nashville Superspeedway told a different story. One of frustration, missed expectations, and small wins that barely felt like victories. From the beginning, Larson looked out of rhythm. In practice, he placed 24th, and things didn't get better during qualifying. He ended up 28th out of 39 drivers, his worst qualifying result of the entire 2025 season. Among his Hendrick Motorsports teammates, he was the lowest. For perspective, his previous worst start was 25th at Talladega, a superspeedway where qualifying can be unpredictable, but on a track like Nashville, which requires technical precision and consistency, starting that far back signals something deeper. Larson didn't sugarcoat it. Speaking to NASCAR on Prime, he admitted, "I was just kind of loose it was just getting my timing off. It just took all of practice to find a rhythm that fit me." He went on to explain how that delay left him unprepared for qualifying. "So it just took all of practice to kind of find a rhythm that fit me, and then it was just too late for qualifying." For a driver known for adaptability and laser-sharp instincts, those comments were surprising and revealing. He wasn't hopeless, though. Larson acknowledged the number. 5 car was better than 28th and predicted a hard-fought race. He talked about racing with a patiently aggressive approach, taking advantage of openings, but not forcing risky moves that could end in another wreck. It's a mindset that makes sense when the car isn't dominant and mistakes could cost dearly. But race day didn't start any easier. In the early laps of the Cracker Barrel 400, Larson got caught up in an incident with Zane Smith and dropped outside the top 30. At that point, it looked like another disaster was unfolding, yet somehow he fought back. With smart strategy, clean execution, and some excellent restarts, Larson clawed his way forward. By the final stage, when the track turned into a narrow single-groove challenge, Larson had found enough track position to hold steady in 8th. That's a strong result on paper, but for Larson, it wasn't enough. After the race, he sounded less relieved and more reflective. "Yeah, it was a long, tough race for sure. We just didn't get off to the start we wanted really yesterday, and it carried over today. But yeah, we had a lot of craziness happen. Missed a few wrecks, almost wrecked myself a few different times, and then just had some good restarts. And I was able to kind of get track position, and it was just really hard to pass, so people couldn't pass me, and I couldn't pass them in front of me. So yeah, happy with the fight, but need to be better here. This is probably our worst track, I think." That's a striking admission from a driver who once dominated Nashville, leading 264 laps in a 2021 win. But since the next-gen car era began, the track hasn't suited him. He's now finished in the top 10 in all 5 starts there, but not once has he led a lap since that 2021 victory. He's not blind to the contrast. Since joining Hendrick Motorsports in 2021, Larson has scored 26 Cup Series wins, 12 of them at intermediate ovals like Nashville. So when things don't click at a track where history says he should thrive, it hits harder. The Nashville race, he said, felt like every other visit in the next-gen era. Start off really bad and then just kind of work our way forward through execution. That strategy saved his day this time, but it's not a long-term solution, and Larson knows it. His struggles at Nashville also came at a cost. Teammate William Byron finished 5th, gaining valuable points in the standings. Larson is now 48 points behind Byron with 12 races left in the regular season. It's a significant gap for a driver who just weeks ago led the NASCAR power rankings and seemed unstoppable. Now, that top spot belongs to Byron. Consistent, clean, and always in the mix. The shift feels sudden. Just last month, Larson was the sports benchmark, winning races, leading laps, setting the tone. But back-to-back weekends of misfortune, starting with his dual race attempt on Memorial Day, have knocked him down. The rain delay in Indianapolis pushed his schedule off, and by the time he made it to Charlotte for the Coca-Cola 600, it was too late. He crashed early and left empty-handed. Nashville, meant to be the comeback, became another round of frustration. The good news, Nashville is done for the year, and Michigan, the next stop on the calendar, has been very kind to Kyle Larson in the past. While driving for Chip Ganassi Racing, Larson won 3 straight races at Michigan in 2016 and 2017. In his last 5 races there, he has 3 top 5 finishes and 4 top 10s. Last season, he led 41 laps before being taken out in a crash on lap 116. Despite that, the performance showed how fast he can be at that track. Larson's style suits Michigan's wide, fast layout. It's a track where confidence, aggression, and car control pay off. Unlike Nashville's narrow, slick surface, Michigan allows him to move, test lines, and take control of the race. Exactly the kind of setting where he's historically thrived. There's no question that Nashville was frustrating. It felt like more than just a tough weekend. It felt like a continuation of an unraveling that started in Indianapolis. Larson didn't lose his speed, but his timing, rhythm, and confidence took a hit, and that's showing up in both results and demeanor. But wait, there is more. With the playoffs looming and Larson still sitting second in points, there's time to rebuild momentum. A win at Michigan could shift the narrative again. He's one of the few drivers who can run poorly and still walk away with a top 10. That's the mark of elite ability, but for Larson, top 10s aren't enough. Not when the standard he set was leading the field, not chasing it. As the season moves into its most intense phase, the question remains, was Nashville just a tough race at a tough track, or is it a sign that the balance is off at a deeper level? Kyle Larson has made a career of proving people wrong, and in Michigan, he'll get his next chance to remind the field that even when he's off, he's still one of the most dangerous drivers in the sport. The comeback might not have happened in Nashville, but Larson's never needed much time, just the right track. Michigan could be that track.